Konnichiwa, and welcome to the 58th podcast of the NC Rowan County Anime Group. My name is Robert Clown. I am the co-president of this club. Today I want to talk about speed a little bit. Not everyone learns at the same rate of speed as another person does. For example, if you go out right now and say, what is J-pop? Well, believe it or not, there's a whole bunch of people who don't even know what Japanese pop music means if you just use abbreviation, just J-pop. It's also too a known fact that people don't know exactly the same information as someone else is. I remember recently when we showed a video of Sandals, my members in my own anime group didn't even know who the rock band Sandals was. Some people don't know who X Japan is, or Mr. Child is, or Rocking to the MC, or Under 17, because they've never learned the names of anything. It's kind of funny. I've done this many a times. Go to a person who plays the game Yu-Gi-Oh! And go up and ask them, well, who designed your Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards? Who were the artists on them? And they don't even know who the artists who designed their own playing cards are. Very interesting indeed. It's also true with anime fans. If you go up and you say, well, who did the ending theme to Bastille? They wouldn't be able to tell you who did that. So there's a lot of people who don't know a lot of things about certain shows and stuff. So you end up with a lot of gaps of information that you would figure that if an expert really knew about it, they would know about it. Also too, I need to point this out to some people, that there's going to be events happening no matter if you're there or not. They're still going to happen, like the thing at FYE this coming July the 24th. It's going to happen at 2 o'clock, and there's nothing nobody can do about it. They've already advertised it, and I've also advertised it in my blogs and on the internet, so that event's going to happen. And I hope to be there at 2 o'clock that July 24th to do some podcasting at that event, and hopefully have some fun too. Maybe pick up some information and stuff, which I desperately need to get a hold of some new fresh information. A funny thing about J-pop too, back when we had the very first meeting for Ikebambashi planning meeting for 2011, I was the oldest person there, so I go up and I say, hey guys, have you ever listened to any Japanese J-pop? And some of them were like, no. But that's necessarily not a bad thing. I didn't know a lot about video games and stuff, and my knowledge of video games is very poor indeed. I mean, I know about Pac-Man, I know about some of the original arcade games back in the 1980s, but Zelda, I hadn't ever seen Final Fantasy 1 through whatever it is right now. So, you know, information like that, I'm really at a loss when it comes to video games designs and stuff. I know there's a company called Capcom, but I don't know what all Capcom has put out outside of Marvel vs. DC, or wait a minute, Marvel vs. Street Fighter. That's the most one that sticks out in my mind right now. They didn't have done Marvel vs. DC yet. I figure somebody will one of these days. But there are certain pieces of information that is well known. If you took, let's say, 3 of the top Japanese singers, female singers in Japan right now, go out in the streets of North Carolina, ask a normal person who walks up and down the street, have you ever heard of this artist? I'll guarantee you this, and I can guarantee you this very well, the no's will always outnumber the yeses every single time. Also too, somebody complained recently about Oriobaku, the Japanese Culture Festival that's going to be happening on July 31st. It's a culture festival for Japanese. It's supposed to be bringing a little bit of the Japanese experience to the people of North Carolina. Question: did anybody in any anime club go down and volunteer to run a booth, do a display, or even talk to the people who are running that culture festival to see about setting up and showing something about the Japanese side of anime. Well, did anybody do it? I know my group didn't do it because my group's already been pushed to the limit. We've done a whole bunch of things this year, and we need to sit back and have a good time and just go down to a culture festival and learn something. And I'm hoping to take some of my members down to that culture festival so we can learn something about Japan and its people and its customs. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope to do podcasting at that event as well. Well, our next meeting is July 17th in front of the Books A Million at 5 o'clock. At 5:30, we're going to be going over to a person's home to watch the Great Teacher Onizuka. Like I said, FIE is having a special anime day on July 24th at 2 o'clock. Hope to see you there. Oribaku is also to July 31st, and hope to be down there and taking some of my members with me. Come on, members, let's go to this event. August 1st is Comic-Con. I think we've got a tentative date for our yard sale for August the 14th. More information will be coming in next coming podcast. And also too, we have an August meeting which we're going to be showing the anime Burst Angel. Also too, in September we're having a membership drive, and we're going to get all that straightened out pretty soon as well. Until then, this is Robert Kyle, wishing you a very good day. Goodbye.